Here's how you can use our brand new Qkronos TradingView strategy to automate your futures and prop firm trading. And in this video, we're going to break down exactly how to configure the Qkronos best practices, whether you're trading NQ, ES, whether you're trading a personal, or you want to automate your prop firm trading. We're going to show you best practices in this video. If you're new here, my name is Mike Santucci. I am the founder and CEO of QuantVue. We make TradingView indicators, automation, NinjaTrader tools, Sierra chart dashboards. We have over 5,000 traders in our community. So be sure to like and subscribe because we post videos like this every single week. Let's get into it.
All right, let's take a look at the upcoming Qkronos algorithm. Now, depending on when you're listening to this, it may already be released or it may still be coming. Nonetheless, we're going to talk a little bit about it. As you can see here, this is Qkronos on the chart. We have entry, first exit, second exit, and that's generally the pattern that it follows. It will enter, it will take one exit, and then it will close the position. It generally will use the trailing stop. You see the blue lines are trailing stops. It has, a hard stop loss right here. The exit in the middle will take place when it thinks it detects a trend change. See right there, looking for that trend change. And as you can see with the performance here at the bottom, it's a fairly robust algorithm. Now let's have a look into the settings, because a lot of times Heiken Ashi, you see this is running on Heiken Ashi, has a lot of criticism, and rightfully so. And that's because people don't backtest it right. When you backtest it right, you want to make sure all of these things are on right here. You're going to want the bar magnifier and standard OHLC so that it is actually filling on the real OHLC prices and not the Heiken Ashi prices. And you also want to make sure you're filling on bar close, so that way you're filling at the price, at the close price of the real bar, because the open on a Heiken Ashi is a fake price. It's an HL2 of the bar prior. So as long as you have all three of these on, your backtesting is more or less right. It's just about as right as regular candles are. Now over here under the settings, the only settings that you really have to mess with here, so we've got times. We have these coefficient offsets, which honestly you can probably just leave at zero virtually the entire time. You're not going to have to mess with them. We have some stuff here for the stops and the take profits, the tiered exits. You're not going to need to mess with these much. These are pretty decent settings. Some assets, some tickers may require a little bit different, but for the most part, you can probably just leave them. Down here, we have the profit loss trade limits. So these are designed to work with prop trading firms so that you can stay within limits for the day. And down here we have custom alerts. These can be used with our prop trader software to get around API blocks, that sort of thing. Or if you're using something like AutoView or whatever where you need custom alerts. So let's look at a couple different tickers here. I'll show you how easy this thing is to use. And we're already on NQ. So let me toss a deep back test on here for you. And again, this is more or less accurate because of the way that we're testing it, the way that it's written. This is more or less accurate. I would expect to see this just about right here on NQ. And based on the forward testing we've done on it, I have no reason to believe that this is not exactly more or less what would happen with the curve. Now again, keep in mind the net profit numbers are never right because you always have slippage. Of course you have commissions, but I would expect to see the curve more or less, lower left to upper right. That's what we're looking for here. And you might wonder, how does the algorithm avoid overfitting? And I'm going to get to that at the end. If you know what you're doing, you've already seen how it does so. But I will explain a little bit more about that at the end, because overfitting is kind of the bane of all algorithms, right? And an overfitted algorithm is going to have this curve. I'll explain it as we get towards the end. Let me show you a couple more tickers. And we're going to check out ES here. ES. There we go. Okay, so here's last Friday. Looking at that, and you can see here, this is the deep back test on ES. It didn't require changing any settings. Let me just turn that off, and I'll regenerate it for you. You can see. It doesn't require changing any settings at all. You just jump over to it. Boom, good to go. Let's go to, about YM. I'll try YM real quick. Let's see what we get on YM. Oh, wow, look at that. That's profitable. You guys see that? I didn't even change any of the settings, okay? I'm just sitting on the 2-minute, going from, futures to futures here. Let's try something fun. Let's try Bitcoin. Okay. Just kind of look through some of the trades here. And, oh, wow, look. Didn't even have to change anything, and it's profitable. I have to regenerate that. Let's have a look at some of the trades here on Bitcoin. It's a nice short. Little stop, little win, little stop, win. Like that day would have been overall profitable, though. The same thing's going on over here. And some stop outs going over here. And you can see it doesn't always hit every trade, right? That's fine. What matters is that over time, we're increasing this balance. This is what we're getting. Let's go. And again, you can adjust some of the settings in there and make that a little bit better. Like I say, I'm just showing you what it can do if you just drop it on something real quick. So I'm not trying to dial anything in. I strongly suggest that you resist the urge to dial things in, because that can cause problems with overfitting. And let's talk about overfitting real quick, and we'll end up this video. Now, you might be wondering how this algorithm prevents overfitting. And if you were an astute observer, you're going to notice that this has very few settings in it. These coefficient offsets are the only thing that drives the internal algorithm. It adjusts to the markets inside. It has mathematics that look at everything that's going on and make changes based off of that. All of the internal the internal coefficients are variable, so it changes dynamically with the markets. That's why it doesn't overfit, because it just looks at the markets at any one time and it's like, oh, okay, this is what we need to do. And that's why you can change it to all of these different time frames and not mess with it, and it will still find a way to find profit. Now, you can dial it in a little bit with these multipliers here, because again, some tickers are going to have more volatility in them than others, and these kind of go off of volatility. Let me go back to the 2-minute because it's a really good example here. So with the multipliers, let me show you this real quick. See how you have a big stop here and smaller stops here? It's this red shaded area. That's because it works off of the volatility of the underlying. It's got a couple of calculations to figure that out. And that's an example of what I mean by adjusting. Even though your hard stop multiplier is just 1, it adjusts for you based on whatever's going on in the markets. So because of that flexibility, because it can figure things out itself, it means that there are very few settings to mess with, and it works on a lot of stuff without really big changes. It's easy to just slap on and work with. This can be used with prop firms. We have prop firm automation software that even if the prop firm doesn't have access to API, we can get around that. You can still automate your prop firm account. We are automating this. There are plenty of people in the group that are doing it. I'm doing it myself on a Top Step account. So jump on into the Discord, check it out, and we hope to see you soon.
So that was just a quick breakdown of the new Qkronos TradingView strategy. If you want access to everything that Anthony showcased in today's video, link in the description. You could start your free 2-week, 14-day trial. You get access to not only the toolkit, but also all of our training material, access to our pro members Discord channels as well. So be sure to click that link in the description. Also in the description, you're going to get access to some exclusive prop firm discounts if you are interested in prop trading. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you in the next one.